Wanna learn how to make a tandoori bread, a Yemeni style bread, but at home. You don't need a tandoori oven. Just keep watching. Roll the intro. Let's cook American food. But it's not American food. Well, it's not American food. Alright, it's very simple to make it. We will start with adding 315 grams of water, room temperature. And to that I'm adding about 5 grams of yeast, instant yeast. Give it a whisk. And let it sit for 10 minutes until it starts blooming. Alright, in the stand mixer now, we're gonna throw 400 grams of all-purpose flour, or your normal white flour, or bread flour, whatever you have your hand on. And we're gonna throw up and we're gonna add 100 gram of whole wheat flour. And 1 teaspoon of salt. Some people will add here some garlic flavor or anything like garlic powder, some other flavoring things, but I'm gonna make it plain because I'm making something else with it. So yeah, and we're just gonna beat it in slow speed on our stand mixer. For people who like hydration stuff, this is a 65% hydration dough, so you're welcome. Right, when the dough looks something like this, you know it's ready. You don't really need to knead it a lot, just enough to cooperate everything, and then we're gonna let it rest. Right, so the dough is all together. We don't really want it to be very well mixed right now. We're gonna do that later. Just want it to be there. Everything is hydrated, everything is got a chance to know each other. Something like this one. I'm just forming a ball here. And then we're gonna let it rest in our oil. We can just reuse this one and oil it. Just oil your pan again and let your dough rest there for an hour or until it doubles in size. Alright, an hour and a half later, my dough doubled in size and we let it rest. Punch it, take it out. You can use flour on this step to stop it from sticking to the table if you want, but you really don't have to because it's not that sticky. At this point, your dough should be already hydrated and good. I'm gonna divide it into 4 pieces because I want to make my bread big. If you want your bread smaller, you can cut it to smaller pieces. Alright, and then I'm gonna make a ball of those 4 pieces. So to make a ball, just pull the side end, and this also will help work in the gluten. Then just bring your hand in and then hold it underneath. If you're using flour, this will not work because you wouldn't have that friction to pull it. 4th and last ball. And then we're gonna let them rest for 10 to 15 minutes before baking them. And if you don't want to bake them now, you don't have to bake them now. You can bake them next morning, just throw them in the fridge. This is not the final shape, we're gonna shape it after 10 minutes. Alright, 10 to 15 minutes later, you can see them, they puffed a little bit. So I'm gonna do one and the rest I'm gonna save them in the refrigerator for later. Refrigerator for later. Alright, so we have our one dough. Now we're gonna spread it around as big as we can, and we try to make it thin, but not too thin, like 1/4 of an inch maybe. If you're in centimeter, like 1/2 centimeter maybe. So I'm gonna apply some flour on my working surface. Then you can start rolling it. So after rolling it, get you something like this. I have this proofing basket, and I put the cloth on it upside and like out on the outside, as you can see. It has more friction. I made a hole, but that's fine. It's absolutely normal and absolutely fine. So my oven ran out of gas, so I had to come to my friend's house to bake it. And we're still at low, so it's gonna take me a minute, but that's why the oven looks different. So, and this is a closer look. So as you can see, the dough, it's easily stretched on this shape. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and drop it on our pizza stone. All right. So let's do this. We will take the plate and upside down, throw it on the pizza stone, and close the oven. Keep a close eye on it, because as soon as it starts cooking, we are gonna take it out. There is no timing for this. You have to be on the watch the whole time. So what I'm gonna do, I will check it. Still not, we're just trying to get some color and shard on it. All right. Now we're gonna take it out of the oven, put it in a towel, basically, and cover it. So the steam will make it softer and it's not gonna be a dry, crispy bread. Just let it sit until you're ready to eat it, like 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, however you need. Let it sit for a minute, and as you can see, it's kind of crispy in the middle because it was an air pocket there, but overall, it's a good bread. So the reason it didn't develop a color, because the oven was not hot enough. 500 degrees apparently is not hot enough. You need it to be a little bit higher. It's gonna cook it, it's just not gonna give it that nice color. If I left it there longer, probably it would have got the color, but it would have been drier. So to solve this problem, preheat your oven, and when you reach a 500 degrees, if that's the maximum you can go, let it sit for half an hour before you throw your bread in. Let the pizza stone to heat up for half an hour or something like that. I forgot to film an outro, but this is what we need to say. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment, and let me know what to cook next. This bread was actually really good, and if probably I left it just sit a little bit longer, it would have got the color as I said. But yeah, just type down in the comment below what do you want me to cook next. This background noise is my vacuum machine running, and I'm too lazy to turn it off just to record the sound. So yeah, bye!